Okay, here's a quick video on the Bridge the Gap door skip. So a lot of people struggle with consistency on this map, and the main thing you just have to do is practice bunny hopping. I'll include 2 links in the description to practice maps. I'll include Rex's big practice map with a bunch of different little tricks that you can practice in there, and then I'll include the one that's just this map. Their community maps through Steam you can use. But there are a bunch of different ways people go about doing this hop pattern. So first thing I'll do is I'll do a show triggers toggle here. This trigger in the door here is what starts the panels off into the left moving. So we're going to walk through it real quick. And we're going to look at these panels, and they're going to be moving. And we pass through a portal here, but I assure you this first portal here is what starts that process. This closes the door, and then this one starts the door spazzing sequence. So when we walk here, it starts to do its little spaz. So let's reload the map real quick. And this time I'll try and make a save. The goal is to hop through the door before it finishes spazzing. So there'll be a sequence where it starts spazzing, and your goal is to get through there as quick as possible. If you don't make it as quick as possible, you can push up against the center of the door, and sometimes it'll let you through. But saving here and trying it over and over again is considered save load abuse and not allowed in the main category of the game. You can make a save before this door here and keep retrying this hop pattern if you'd like, or you can always just wait it out. But it's recommended you learn how to do this skip at some point, although it's definitely not an intermediate, or it's definitely not like a beginner strategy, because it does require that you have good strafes. My recommendation for people who have a bit of a grasp on strafing and sort of know how they like to strafe, know a little bit about strafing tech, you'll know about crouch toggle glitch, where if you crouch on every other hop, it sort of guarantees tick perfect hops. So what I like to do is like a bit of a smaller circle jump out of this door and then crouch toggle glitch on the rest of the hops. And then if my circle jump was small enough at the start, I can make it under pretty comfortably, because a smaller circle jump doesn't give as much speed, and then the crouch toggle glitch gives me a consistent added amount of speed, and I make it just under. You know, if you need a little bit more, you know, better, like lax conditions, you can wait until these all move in and make sure like that the animation is over, because there's a large box there that just doesn't disappear until it's all gone. But if you want, you can walk through the door, trigger that, and then do hops and try and make it this way. This helps a lot if your hops are a little bit weaker. It's a little bit uncomfortable for me, so I would never do it personally. You can also just try and do it without any crouch toggling and just better strafes, but I also find that's a little less consistent. But normally after you've tried it for a bit, you get a feeling down to where like, oh, I'm going a little bit, you know, too slow there, so maybe I'll strafe a little bit extra, and you start to get a bit of a feeling for it. There are videos out there on YouTube about like a wall running route, where because the line to start the door glitching is like right there, you can like start a wall run and then like pull off under the door. You can try and learn this method if you'd like. Almost resoundingly, the community seems to agree that it's like harder and less consistent than just getting better bunny hops, because not only do you have to build up speed while doing it, you have to pull off and get under the door, so it can be a little bit tricky to do. But yeah, just, you know, it's a lot about practicing the bunny hops and practicing these bunny hops specifically. I always hold A when I'm going through this door, because you typically want to stay closer to where the door is being opened, and that seems to help me a lot. This is going to be a little bit tricky. Oh, see, hit that there. And I'll just demonstrate real quick. Even though it looks like all these panels are gone, you know, this big invisible wall still exists until this one goes down. So if you want, you can trigger that at the start, wait for them to go back, and then, you know, maybe hop like this if your hops are a little weaker. But I would recommend just spending time practicing it. I would not go for this trick in full game runs until you're more confident with your bunny hops. You know, give it a try, push up against the door, see if you get lucky, and if not, just eat the time loss. But eventually, your hops should develop to a point where you can practice the spacing a little bit better. Higher level runners typically have an issue with over hopping this. If you try a little bit too hard, it's fairly easy to like hit your head on the door instead of going under. So keep that in mind. And it's just a really good control exercise in bunny hopping. So like I said, 2 Steam links in the description will go over how to, or not go over, we'll just have practice maps that you can use to practice this, that are one-to-one recreations of the map. Use those, practice, get better at bunny hopping. Eventually when I get the bunny hopping tutorial done, I will put that in the description as well so you can learn how to bunny hop a little bit better, and enjoy.